What is going on, everybody, and welcome to the Fantastic Four Back Alley Beatdown overview. Now, we're going to be talking about the Fantastic Four, how they were released, their little characteristics, and how to play each of them from the best of my knowledge. So let's get into it. The Human Torch changed my mind about how flyers are because I never played any flyers until him, and he was so much fun. The only other flyer I did try, I will say, was Storm back in Season 0, and those of you who played Storm in Season 0 know how bad it was. Horrendous playing Storm. Everything was just so horrible. So I really did have fun playing him coming from that. And it's just one of the best things about him is his ult. The fact that you can throw tornadoes is just amazing. And then you also throw these little fireballs on the ground that do damage over time. But the coolest thing is you can link those. So you can make a massive triangle, a square, you can make a pentagon, everything. You can make anything under the sun so long as they're close enough and link them all together, and it does damage over time. The second best thing about him is the fact that they introduced an ult that had a team up ability, which is absolutely insane. So after you throw your fire tornadoes down, and if you have a Storm on your team that ults and goes through those tornadoes, her hurricane turns into a fire tornado that can span the entire point that you're pushing. And also, it extends her duration for it. So you're basically Storm's blue pill. So essentially, you want to line up your ult with your Storms to get maximum efficiency. Absolutely beautiful. Now let's talk about the second greatest character released, The Thing. What makes The Thing the second greatest release is the fact that it gave everyone a taste of what playing a tank is like. The abuse you endure as a tank is this character. DPS who switched to play The Thing on release got a taste of what it's like. Now, the thing about this is, when he released, DPS were playing him as if he was a DPS, but he does not play as that if you play him. He plays as a very, very basic frontline tank, punches, shields, that whole shebang. Very limited mobility. If you have your hip thrust, you can go across the battlefield, which is pretty hilarious if you can like time it. So you can get in and out of sticky situations. It's better if you play up close with your team. And if you have an invisible woman, you actually get an overshield that will heal you. So super fun to play. The punches from him, his secondary punches were kind of ranged. So you could get just a little bit of range from them. Other than that, let's talk about everyone's favorite in the Fantastic Four. Invisible Woman herself, and yes, that is the Malice skin healer that everyone loved so much. Now with her, the greatest thing about her is she is so easy to heal as that anyone who mains DPS can literally play her and pick her up like that. Her healing is very simple because it goes back and forth. It's mid to close range. She drops a shield. Now, when you drop the shield, all you need to know is the moment you drop that shield, your entire team and enemy team, say you drop it here, everyone will shift over here. So when you drop the shield, you stand behind it. Don't put it for your team because they're just not going to use it. It's very simple. So with her also, you have an ability that you kind of throw out this orb that encompasses an area that will knock flyers down and slow them down. Let's talk about the greatest thing about her that everyone was waiting for. Scarlet Witch mains like myself love her ult because it is amazing. First off, it's a massive cylinder, right, that it goes up and it has a pretty good radius. Now with this, Scarlet Witch can ult and no one knows about it. And finally, her ult is useful. That's pretty much the best combo you're gonna get. Now, with Mr. Fantastic, he is basically an off-tank posing as a DPS. He does a lot of damage, has great mobility, and it's so funny seeing him like cartoon puff his like chest out. I laugh every time I see it unless it's on the enemy team. And honestly, with all this, guys, how do you guys feel about the Fantastic Four release? How they released, how long it took? And do you guys wish there was different characters they came in with, like Blade? Because I sure as heck do. But honestly, I'm really happy with the release, and I am excited to see what they bring to the table. Other than that, guys, peace out. Don't forget to check out all the shorts on these guys for a more in-depth look.